Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Poor Choices episode of That Time of the Month. Although this month, we're going to have it every week.
I feel like it's been that time of the month for 3 weeks straight, pretty much. Like, what is going on? We should probably get our hormones checked.
Probably. But I think that we should get excited because that time of the month is pretty cool. We get to talk to people about their relationships, their friendships, and even just like anything and everything can go. These go off the rail half the time.
Speaking of off the rails, it's been 1 minute and 5 seconds. Is that a pumpkin on your Pikachu?
It's the bomb from Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
It's not a pumpkin, but it is the softest.
It looks like a pumpkin. It's been 5 seconds.
Okay, the carrot seed.
Thing.
So
That's
cute.
That's the bomb. It looks like a pumpkin.
It's like a bomb version of not Pokemon, Mario, but in
kind of
tears.
Speaking of, I finally watched that movie, the Super Mario's movie, and it's so good. But I've had that song.
Oh, so good, right?
I've had Peaches stuck in my head. What was that, honey? 3 days ago?
Peaches.
Peaches.
It's such a good song. It's so catchy.
It really is.
I watched it and I was like, he is such a simp, but you know, I'm okay with that. That type of simpery, bring it on.
I was not expecting that, to be honest. I was watching the movie going, is this canon? I don't remember Bowser being in love with Peach.
Oh, Bowser's always been like
really
in love with oh
yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either. I was like, I'm here for this liberty of changing things.
So anyways, I'm Extra Girl. This is Tugs. We have a lovely guest today. This is Lynne. I said your name correctly.
You did.
I did. And as you guys probably know, she has been in this space for the last, I guess, 6 months now.
Not even that.
5 months.
It's been since March.
Never mind. I thought it was January. I just remember January.
Technically, January is whenever everything I got kind of brought into. Like, that's when everybody found me, but I don't think I found everybody until like late February, early March.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought that happened at the beginning. Everything happened at the beginning of the year, and we're not going to talk about that thing that happened.
Well, I just like that Kara has her January 6th moment.
Yeah, my January 6th is very different than the other sides. The whole side's January 6th.
Arguably, yours might be more dramatic.
I'd say your life changed, and I think for the better, because we're going to concentrate on that aspect, because whatever happened, Kara got into this space. Who is your first person you talked to? I don't even remember. Eric.
Was it really? I would say either Eric or Melanie would have been my guess.
Oh my gosh.
It was Eric. Eric was my first interview I did about the whole thing. And now I work for him.
That is wild. Absolutely.
Eric pulled a Bowser. He's like, I want that one, and I'm going to go with that.
Simpery, but for his company.
Basically, yep.
He's like, this one's qualified, and she's awesome, and she's friendly, and she's cute. Not that I noticed because I'm married, but it's all hired.
Oh
my God. I am, as horrible as it sounds, I'm thankful that you kind of fell into this world, that we got to meet you, that we became friends, and that we get to hang out a lot now because of this.
I'm gonna see you in less than 12 hours.
Dallas, I'm so sad, Tugs. So last year, Tugs went to Dallas, and I really wanted to go, but I couldn't because of timing and all and work. But now that like the roles have kind of flipped, she has to be responsible. It sucks. Screw responsibility.
Best name ever.
I know. It was so much fun last year. I can't wait. You guys have to tell me. I bet individually, together, FaceTime it. I don't care. Still live stream it. When you go to the convention with Max. I want a full report.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I'm not kidding. Last year, it was that Sunday, I think. And we just kind of like everybody was dispersing and doing their own thing or whatever. And he and I were like, well, I want to hit the convention because I got the 3-day pass. He's like, yeah, I have friends there, blah, blah. Oh my God, little did I know. I literally had an armful of comics. Because
you were the girlfriend without being the girlfriend.
He had armful of comics like this. I had armful of comics because we found the booths that were like 50 cents or whatever. They were super cheap. None of my comics, by the way. I didn't know what was going on. And so in every booth we would stop at, he knew everybody. It was amazing.
See,
so I'm very
I used to live in Texas, and I know a good chunk of the community out there. So I'm going to be very familiar with, like, I've been to Fan Expo. It's been a few years, but I'm
so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait because well, me being me, I can only go in like the mornings, early afternoons. So it'll be very interesting to go with you or even Max, because Max has his people he needs to see. He's already told us.
We stopped by at least 10 booths. And there were people. There's even one booth that was like Viking costumes.
Tugs, I'm excited that you knew of one of the booths that I'm going to, Scott Harbin.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Scott Harbin.
His art.
And I saw today he posted on Facebook that there's a new print that he's debuting there.
Scott Harbin. He is
Harbin.
He is an oil painter.
Ooh.
And a photographer. And he used to do a lot of the promotional stuff for Lucasfilm.
Yes.
And he's worked with like Ridley Scott. He's done a lot of stuff.
Okay. I'm looking at his, I think, Twitter. He's got the Scott Harbin? Probably not him.
Let me see.
I need to find this guy.
Sorry, I love dinner art right here too. So
no worries.
No, you're fine. Please eat on stream.
No
we
worries.
eat on stream. We drink on stream.
We
are not professional.
I did bring booze this time. It's not wine.
Yeah, cheers. Oh, I wish I had my cup. My cup's in the wash.
Oh.
I have a poppy. We're poppy in it.
But I love Scott Harbin. That's all it is.
Scott Harbin? It's just Scott Harbin. Okay, so someone else is the Scott Harbin. What's
I just posted the link.
Thank you.
If he has Anakin and Pat, listen, Hannah Christensen is going to be there.
Oh my God. Okay. This, I'm not a huge, like, y'all know I'm not like that big into like the nerdy stuff, Star Wars, but this is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
That's all oil painting.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
I want that, and then the one next to it is the Death Star. So he's like little by little revealing. Listen, I am gonna ask the chat right now. Y'all know me. I'm in the Discord. If you guys think I would like this print, I have a feeling I'm going to hit me. Grab one. I'll Venmo you back because.
Oh my God!
Look how beautiful that is.
You need more likes on this. Wait, how do I like this? I don't know how to like this. I don't know how to use
heart.
The online version. Oh, is that him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a really sweet guy. Like I've worked.
This Godzilla one was really pretty too.
Okay, I gotta like that. I'm sorry. Okay.
His family's gorgeous. Like they're awesome.
Beautiful. I don't know what this is, but it's beautiful.
It's Mothra.
From Godzilla. You're Asian. You should know this.
Right? I only know Godzilla. Oh, he does photography too.
Oh yeah, he's an amazing photographer.
I want to hire him for our engagement photos.
Oh, so she's just gorgeous in general, but he made her extra gorgeous. God dang.
Do get sick of my shit already.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, sorry. We're like drooling all over his artwork. We're like,
his art is so beautiful. So yes, let me know, Kara, please let me know what print that is because I'm probably gonna want to buy it.
Okay. Also,
I have room for more
on his Facebook, and I can send it to you what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So
will he sell them online too? Do you think, or will he only sell them at the?
I don't know if he's gonna sell them online. I can ask him while I'm there.
Ooh, can we hit him up together? I would love to meet him.
Yeah, maybe and I'm sure Max and all them would like to meet him too. So, because he's been in the scene, like he's done like posters for Celebration and all that kind of stuff for Star Wars.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Before we continue, Ginger Adventure for 2 says X-Ray is Alan Ng from Film Threat, your real dad. Yes, obviously. Can't you tell the family resemblance? It's actually Alan Ingray.
Scott,
Oh my god.
Scott Harbin. Harbin. B-E-N. Harbin.
Sarcasm, just for that, just in case you needed that. Anyways, okay, so I guess kind of getting into we know that you kind of got into the space. You met Eric July. I didn't know he was your first interview, so that's like amazing. Kind of how full circle that kind of has become.
Yeah.
And just I feel like you've cultivated such good friendships, relationships, and even your husband throughout all of this, because that is pretty devastating what you went through. And now we really know, or you really know, the good people in your life. Like,
Yeah.
I guess kind of, is there any comment or like things that you kind of want to say that kind of just really clarified that for you in terms of what made you realize what was important, what was not?
I mean, I've always kind of gone into social media as it's not like the opinions of people on social media do not define me. And so I try not to take it to heart. And of course, it's devastating. It's embarrassing and humiliating about the whole thing. But the community really stuck up for me. And I'm like, oh man, like these people don't even know who I am. And they've got my back. Like, like these are awesome people. Like, I love this. Cause like, I think it was Ryan. Ryan was the first one to do a video about me. And then about the day after it happened, or even the night it happened, I saw that Ryan did a video. And then the next day is whenever like stuff from like Brett Cooper and like Razor Fist and all of them started doing videos as well. And I was like, I don't know who these people are, but I kind of want to like look into them a little bit more and like kind of see what they're all about. And I found out that a lot of you guys are very like-minded and very supportive and don't give a crap about bullshit on the internet.
Yeah. I have to really reflect that, because I think a lot of like the people on the internet, you can really see who is genuine. Yes, genuine. And I mean, I didn't know you prior to Conan.
I didn't know you. Well, other than like watching FNT, you and I had never spoken before.
Fine.
Yeah,
but like just I knew you were. I felt good vibes from you, and like getting to know you more. You can tell. You know, those people who are virtue signalers. There's this slight weak chink in their armor. Maybe it's not slight. It's a lot. Slight to a lot, and you concentrate on what was more important, I think. And that really showed.
I focused on my family. Like my first thought was, how are we going to make sure the bills are paid? I didn't care about me. I wanted to make sure that our bills were paid. That was the first thing my mind went to was, I just lost my job. What am I going to do financially?
I would have panicked, honestly. I would have absolutely panicked.
I think like personal reputation, throw it out the window. It's all about what your family thinks. That's just me. And
my family all, of course, had my back. And like my little sister was getting married that weekend. And so I was leaving to go out of town to see them anyway. And all of them at the wedding were just like, oh my God, are you going to go do this? Are you going to go do this? Like, we know Tucker reached out to you. Are you going to go on Tucker? Like, are you going to do all this? I'm like, I don't know. Like, let me just get through this. This is like, let me see my little sister get married. Like, I don't like, this is not my focus. I don't care. Like, I'll get through it. I'll talk when I'm ready to talk. But right now, like, let me just come here, hang out with family, have a good distraction, and just enjoy what I have.
Yeah. I love that. And speaking of distractions, I do have a question. This is from Corey, by the way. What's your opinion on silkies and sundresses?
I saw that question. Like Silkies and like what the boys and the
You can
services
explain
wear.
better.
The short shorts that
Yes.
the Marines wear. Yeah. Yep.
I give them a thumbs up.
Listen,
does your husband own a pair of Silkies?
Not that I've seen.
We'll have to get you a pair.
I think for Christmas
My
we're
husband
sending
was
you a pair.
Army, so
They have their own version, the little green
they
one.
do have their own
They
version.
have their own version.
What was that brand that Mark and MVP bought? I forgot.
Zero Foxtrot.
Zero Foxtrot. Yes.
Okay, yeah, we know who Zero Foxtrot is.
We
Yeah.
can get you a pair for your husband.
We
Just give us the
love
size.
Silkies.
Give us your size.
We love Silkies in this
I
house.
won't even
We get
tell
a pair.
him. I'll just show up. Be like, honey, put these on.
They're really comfortable.
Yeah. And how do you feel about sundresses? Do you like them? Do you not? Because I don't
love
think I've seen you
sundresses.
in like a sundress.
I actually just packed a sundress for the trip.
Because it's so hot.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's gonna be hot in Dallas.
It's gonna be
for sure.
hot. It's like 30 degrees the entire time. I need to go and buy a pair of cowboy boots and a cowboy
Yeah, you
hat.
do. Yeah, you
Do
do.
it in Dallas. I go to an authentic.
Yeah.
place.
I have 3 things: boots, hat, Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
That's
We
the
will
only
make it
thing I
happen.
need.
You're gonna love Buc-ee's. I'm obsessed with Buc-ee's.
I did see somebody ask who what I'm eating, and it's chicken spaghetti and some naan.
Ooh,
It's
that looks
really,
good.
really good. This is
It looks
like a
good.
HelloFresh recipe.
I love
you know,
HelloFresh.
Yeah.
Love HelloFresh. It's so good.
And
And
so
then I
easy to
saw-
make.
I saw a question from somebody else. Somebody else asked how long I've been Andrew R. So have you guys seen all of that drama this week?
Wait, there's drama?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah. Oh my God, I
Idiots
was
on the
laughing.
internet.
I don't go on the internet, to be fair.
I don't blame you. So basically, I'm sure you've seen all of the drama with Eric and like Vito and Dick Masterson.
Sure,
you seen
she
any
has
of that?
not. No.
Okay, I applaud
seen
you
it. I know
for
what you're
avoiding
talking about.
that. I applaud
I've
you
been
for
avoiding it.
that. Basically,
Vito-
Vito and Dick Masterson are nipping at Eric's ankles to get attention. That's
Uh-huh.
basically it.
Typical Vito
And-
behavior, by the way.
Like about his comic, I'm sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
oh yeah.
And so there
Mhm,
was
reminds
so
me.
so Andrew, our community manager, you guys know Andrew.
Caffeinated.
We love
Yes.
him.
We love him.
Andrew is a little bit more combative on the internet and will call people out whenever he sees
That's
He's
idiocracy.
a tiger. Rawr.
But there was this guy named Matt who was just like, I'm not convinced that this isn't the girl that
Not Darbo.
Oh my god, that
Yeah.
makes so much sense right now because
Yeah.
I saw that
100%,
interaction
100%.
between you and Jarbo.
I reached out to him. I was like, you're dumb. I'm coming to you directly. We're going to set this straight. Like, stop spreading bullshit.
Okay, here it is. Here it is.
Oh dang!
And I got a public apology out of it.
Did you? I didn't see that. Okay.
I saw the apology. I
Was
just like
this
I'm not I have no time to look into this.
Listen, for those of you who've been around a while, and for Kara who got to meet Matt Jarbo in the most typical Matt Jarbo way, the man is Matt Jabba for a reason. He's just like a lump of uselessness, and this is all he does. But this is the so Rip Reverse Goalpost, which is my new favorite Twitter account, by the way. Says detractor believes the account of I can't even pronounce this, Andrew. Honestly, is run by Kara. And so it's a screenshot of this tweet, and it's Matt Jarvis says, "Oh, I see. I can't be 100% certain, but my belief is that it's run by the same woman who was fired earlier this year for liking Hogwarts Legacy."
Oh no!
And
She
you didn't even have
gobbled
my
up
title
by
right.
Eric? Gobbled. What language? That's rude.
It's so funny. So then, of course, I had to chime in. I was like, "Come on, now we all know these accounts are run by Eric July's like fake, non-existent wife."
What's up, Toria?
Yeah, that's what I didn't know he apologized. Though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
okay.
yesterday morning, like I saw that he was spreading it to Dick Masterson, and I got tagged. I was just like, "Why are you like?" I was like, I just DM'd him directly. I was like, look, I'm gonna be the adult. I'm gonna come straight to you. We're gonna set this straight. I was like, what you're saying is misguided. Like, I have absolutely zero interest in getting into your beef. I don't care. You guys are able to handle things the way that you want to handle it, but leave me out of it. I don't give a shit about your drama.
Right? Like, why are you dragging me into this?
I love your directness. It's a breath of fresh air.
Well, you experienced drunk direct me in Vegas.
Yes,
there was an individual. I straight up said, "I'm too drunk to talk to you. Please leave me alone." That was interesting. But yeah, it was it's been an interesting last 48 hours. I don't take that kind of crap.
I appreciate that a lot though, because I feel like with internet drama, the immediate thing to do is either fight in public, so like retweet, not even retweet, quote tweet, and then back and forth.
It's so passive, and I hate that shit.
Or just let it not go anywhere. So I feel like I'm the person that won't even address it because it's not even my problem. But I think with Jarbo, because of his audience, so to speak, that I don't want to spread misinformation. If it's like a nameless account, it's one thing. It's not nameless.
But this person is known in the community. Like this is like, if you seriously took 2 seconds at the Rippaverse YouTube channel, you would know.
Right? Like, isn't there a whole Twitter thread where Eric I don't know if it was Eric or the Rippaverse account, maybe both, but they literally introduced you all one by one.
All of us.
With the pictures.
Yes.
Wow. Oh God.
But he apologized, and I told him thank you, and I was like, keep me out of it. Like, you guys are grown adults. You are free to handle your beef how you want to handle it. But what did I say? Because the way I look at it is, if you aren't willing to speak to somebody behind closed doors about a situation, then you aren't in it for resolution. You're in it for an audience and for a fight. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's why I went straight to DMs. I was like, no, we're not having this.
We're not playing this stupid game.
No.
Look at that. I would like to apologize to Kara. I mistakenly attributed a job at Rippaverse to her. That was not accurate. That is my mistake and not one I make lightly. Notice how there's like no engagement on this tweet.
Yeah.
But like, realistically,
nobody.
I feel like people follow him for drama. So this being like an apology, I think it's fine enough. I'm happy he made it. I'm happy you talked about it, because like, realistically, who knows?
Yep. Oh, here's Kara's epic reply. Stop trying to bring me into your petty and childish drama. Y'all can have your beef. Ooh, beef. It's what for dinner. Believe me, please pay attention to what people have told you. I'm liking this one. Liking them.
We ain't vegans around here.
And then the whole thing with Dick Masterson, I cannot stand him. I have no prior knowledge of who he is. All I know is that Nina reached out to me whenever this whole thing started, like 3 weeks ago. And I just like, this guy's ego is bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Dick Master. I know Mark has said good things about, was it Dick Masterson? It might have been someone else. No, it was something else.
He may have great content, but my first impression of him has been negative.
No, it was a different guy I was thinking of.
And maybe that'll change in the future, but my first impression of him has been negative.
Yeah, I mean, he's going after Melanie Mac now, so it's kind of like
it's Griftmaster 9000.
Griftmaster,
like Grift Masterson. There you go.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, Mark. I like the Dick Show quite a bit. Same guy, but he and Vito are being idiots. Oh,
they usually are. Honestly,
they're welcome to have their opinion, but they're being childish about it. Like their own opinion is, they have the right to that, but the way that they're going about it is just really immature, really childish, and they're nipping at people's ankles to get attention.
Ooh, ankle biters, as Eric calls them.
He's going, he's going after Eric. He's going after Melanie now. It's
well, Vito has his campaign up right now, so he's trying to get eyeballs on that.
Oh,
That's all this is, at least in my opinion. That's all it is. So, I mean, do your thing, but in my opinion, these creators, these indie creators, should not be going at each other's necks. Like,
I think it's
each other and being like, "Hey, we are kicking ass in this industry and proving that we can do something different. Like, why are we fighting just because you have a different opinion of my content?"
I think a lot of it is that we fall into the same trap of those anonymous Twitter accounts.
Mm-hmm.
You just then almost feel like you're behind an avatar and you need to do things like be divisive and put these opinions out. And then you have to remember that, like, the internet is the internet. Real life is different. And I like to treat the internet like real life. And that's why I'm sorry. I didn't know a lot of this drama, but that's how I like to live my life.
I respect that. And I wasn't paying any attention to it until I got dragged into it.
It sucks.
And I got annoyed, and then I just set things straight. I was like, nope.
You're like doing a selfie with the middle finger out.
Frog, you're a better person than I am. I haven't seen you in drama, so that's fine. At least you're not as Ryan and Jeremy say behind a letter, the YouTube avatar automatic
army, the Alphabet Alliance,
the Alphabet Alliance. Yes, but that has been a dramatic week. When have you not had a dramatic week since January?
I mean, honestly, my life has been very drama free up until this.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's great.
So from like, I'd say probably after all of the Harry Potter stuff, after I finished streaming Hogwarts Legacy, it's been drama free since I started with Eric. It's been good. I haven't been pulled into anything. I have, of course, had the people coming at me for playing Hogwarts Legacy and calling me this and calling me that. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to play this game. I've been looking forward to this game for years. Hi, Jeremy.
Avatar. Avatars.
I'm sad you're not going to be there this weekend.
Yes, Jeremy, you're hurting my heart right now.
You got to cancel the orgy.
What? What? I didn't know about this. Is this an Alabama orgy? Are we rolling lots of tides over here?
Oh my god! Make sure everybody is your cousin. Everybody has to be your cousin.
We don't discriminate here, brother, sister, cousin.
Well, someone in trouble? No, he's just here to make sure that everybody remembers who he is, because we're the most degenerate channel.
Jeremy says, "Wait, I'm on the way now."
You can make it in 12 hours too. I've seen him drive.
I can. Yeah, I believe it. I believe he can make it.
Rachel, stop teasing me.
Rachel.
Tell me who this guy is.
Oh, you have a boyfriend, Dr. Rachel?
Yes, and it's somebody we know, and she won't spill.
Are we gonna meet them this weekend?
Yes. Well, I don't know.
They tell us?
I mean, yeah, I would assume so. He's coming.
Is it Jeremy and it's part of the orgy?
Spoiler, it's probably Ryan.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
Oh my god. You have to call it the snake pit. That's genius, honestly.
Oh my gosh. And Jeremy, thank you so much for the $50.
Hey,
Sorry, I can't do it like a Beardo. 50. My voice don't go that low.
50.
50.
That's as low as it went. Thank you so much, Jeremy. I still remember that tweet about, or not tweet, a message. It was a message about how we're the most degenerate channel.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We love that. It's a badge of honor, and
it is a badge of honor.
I'm gonna always remember that.
I'll take it.
I have it saved to my favorites in my phone.
Oh my god.
We're like,
I love it.
hey!
What's up?
When's Jeremy gonna get me in for some shit talking on Mario Kart?
Ooh. Yes,
miss
Jeremy,
playing
please
Mario
make it
Kart.
happen. I would love to see that. I would love to see you crap talk Eric July.
Oh my god. The thing is,
I'd do
though,
it.
Kara, the thing
I
is
know.
with Mario Kart thing is you have to be prepared. And this was my problem. I had some good one-liners, but the problem is you can't hear yourself speak and chat can't hear you because Ryan, Jeremy, Mike, Ripa, all of the
Jay
men are just
Hellstorm,
constantly
Beardo.
screaming at the top of their lungs at each other. And you're like, I made a good joke and nobody heard it because you guys were
to be fair, Ryan's not there anymore, but it just like opens the door up for a lot more screaming.
And yeah, it didn't help the noise level at all. I think they helped the noise level when Ryan finally stopped doing Mario Kart for like a month, maybe, and then it goes right up again. So you have to get like a microphone.
Ooh, Kara's gonna kick Jeremy's butt in Mario Kart.
I believe it.
We need to do that. Oh, it's Epic Mike. Yes, Epic Mike does.
Epic Mike. Yeah.
I would love to see you trash talk Epic Mike. Tugs destroyed me. Still haven't discovered.
That's why I haven't been playing. Chat. You heard it here first. You know it's come out. He hasn't recovered, and he won't let me play anymore because I.
You heard that, chat. Jeremy just came out.
Happy Pride Month.
Yeah. Jeremy, we're so proud of you for coming out. Loud noises. Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense. Boys makes sense.
Boys like to be really loud.
They are so loud, and it's nothing but cuss words. And then like Jeremy will get up and be like, "Ah!" and you're like,
"Oh my god!" Wait, my favorite is
Jeremy's I watch.
This is the hero's journey. Oh my god, you're on a hero's journey every week, Jeremy.
Oh, Hokies, you have that? I need that sound bit again. I accidentally deleted it. Can you send me that? I want to make it a sound bit.
Yes.
I literally like clicked my dick, Jeremy, and everybody clipped it.
Yes.
Halo.
Yeah. This is what happens when girls talk. We talk a lot of trash. It's just a lot more it's usually more subtle.
It's typically quieter than the guys.
Thank you, Hokies. Check your texts, ma'am.
Check my text.
She slid into your DMs.
Well,
Jeremy keeps talking about how he lost his mojo, but none here ever witnessed. What?
I'm shocked. I can't say what it is, who it is, what's happening. What?
Oh. So I'm gonna find out first thing tomorrow morning.
Ah! I'm done. I need to go off screen for a moment.
Compose yourself. Compose yourself.
I'm like checking. I'm checking. My stuff in the DMs.
Okay.
I feel so left out.
I know.
I'm just gonna. Sorry. Anyways, I'm composed. Is it Dick Masterson? No, it's not Dick Masterson.
Is it Jarbo? Yeah, I knew it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I apologize for you guys listening. I might be a little drunk.
Oh, we'll get there.
Yes, Hokies. Oh, I meant to hide that. Sorry, my bad.
It's not
this. Rachel sent her a nude.
Yeah. Oh, Mark, can you please send me one? I need one to last me the whole week. Weekend, sorry.
I realize I'm gonna be
Mark,
for
use the leg. Use the leg, Mark. Use the leg. Just stick straight up there.
Excuse you, sir. Where are you going? Gus.
I'm sick of the girls clucking.
Hey, just know that it is not up to me, but the parties involved to reveal it. So
me.
Yeah.
I know, that's up to Dr. Rachel. We will respect privacy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really good at keeping secrets. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for Duke. Duke will know. I'm gonna tell Duke. But I feel like that comes with the territory. Okay.
Yeah,
I know I tell extra girl things that she's immediately like, Mark, you're never gonna get some text that.
Okay, so you always have to know. Kara, please tell me if this is true. If you tell me, I'm gonna always tell my husband.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It comes with the territory.
The hubby is free game. Okay. Plus, also, we need a witness that's not going to turn on us in court.
Oh, I'm never gonna accidentally leak this. You know, I'm Tugs knows this. I'm a fortress
of solitude. Yeah, she really is.
There's things that I you just have to respect people. I used to be loose-lipped in my middle school years.
Oh, please.
Yeah,
I
spread rumors. It's not nice. It's not nice.
I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah, Dr. Rachel, you have to tell Tugs. Or if you allow me, I will tell Tugs.
Going back off camera.
Hello, Nerd Cookies. What's up? And Mark did not just Gavin McGinnis to me.
She might have.
He's never peed on me. Okay, let me just get this straight on the internet. I need to make sure people know that I didn't. I don't like those type of showers.
Nope. No.
Yeah.
Tugs, we will take a picture together and send it to you. Is that okay? Yes.
Yeah. I won't post it.
Do you have a picture of the two of you? Can you send that to me as well, Dr. Rachel? I would really like that.
So when Alasia and Johnny first got together, I was one of the few people who knew like a few days after Dallas last year. Yeah, and she sent me a photo of the two of them together, and I cropped out, like I blurred out the background, and I put like a heart in between the two, and made it like a cute little. And she was like, "That's really cute, you weirdo."
I love that though, because Kara, I don't know if you know yet, but Poor Choices, that was our first relationship we made. I would like to take responsibility for that.
Oh, we're taking responsibility for that one.
Absolutely.
Who else would take responsibility for? Oh, Smile. Smile's in a relationship now too.
We didn't introduce them, but we definitely pushed them together.
Yeah, and then now Dr. Rachel. We're just going to take credit for Dr. Rachel.
So that's at least two relationships that we take credit for.
It's like Legion of Memers.
You're doing good in the world.
Lots of people need love, okay? All the love. Speaking of love, what is your favorite game in the world?
The Game of Love.
The Game of Love.
Oh gosh.
I hate that game.
That's a tough one. I mean, I think like the game that I have the most like nostalgia for is probably Portal Runner.
Oh, I gotta search this.
It was on the PlayStation 2. It's a spin-off of the game of the series Army Men. It's about this badass little like little chick. She's got a lion companion.
She's go to all cute.
Yes, I loved this game. And it was one I would play it and beat it in one sitting every single weekend.
Like, she's like, never played that, awesome. But I want to play it. I have
OG Conan. Look at how sexy she is in her tiger bikini. Oh my god, she has the legit game right now. We're gonna go solo Leia on that.
Game Boy. This is the Game Boy version.
Is that not that's new. That's so rad.
That looks like it's still in the package.
It is.
Oh,
this was a gift.
Oh, it looks so beautiful.
That's incredible.
That is
Meanwhile, I'm
gorgeous.
going to like used game stores.
Amazing. Freaking amazing. Well, okay, so we got that answer. Love. I love love. Another thing is, this is a question from Shieldwall, by the way. Has Kara always been into nerd stuff, or did that happen later?
Always. I popped out a nerd. Like
same.
Like just straight nerd. My family, my parents were really supportive with like video games and like fantasy movies and all that kind of stuff growing up. So like I remember having to fight my mom to play the Super Nintendo because she wanted to play. And then to keep it to herself, or to get it to herself more, she bought me a Game Boy and Pokemon Blue, and that was my introduction to the Pokemon series, and I've been playing ever since.
That's awesome. But your hubby is not a nerd, right?
Oh yeah, he is.
He is a nerd.
Oh yeah.
Space.
What's his like nerd vibe?
He's more of a comic nerd and a book nerd. So, but like I collect like statues and stuff, and he collects statues, and like his favorite artist is Adam Hughes, and so we have, which is funny because I have somehow acquired Adam Hughes as a friend. When he's one of like the most talented freaking artists in the world, like in comics, and it's been awesome. We have a whole so many different. I was actually talking to Az a couple nights ago because terminal nerdness is
oh my god.
I was in the hospital for the first like 3 years of my life.
Oh my god.
Like I had health issues.
We're making a joke, but look at now it just got serious. Well done.
No, I was really sick growing up. And so I had a lot of time to like watch shows and Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all that kind of stuff with my siblings. So that was part of it, was the nerd culture. I got into all that kind of stuff.
I love that. I wish I had that. I wish I was a better nerd. I'm not. I'm an okay nerd.
You are a good nerd in your own way.
Thank
I mean, look at all those cute ass plushies behind you.
I know.
So many plushies.
We're gonna move rooms eventually in the next like couple months, so I have to figure out how I want to arrange things, and I'm like, where am I gonna put all my plushies? That's like on the number one thing. I like the way you put everything on your Pikachu, so Yoda might get the same treatment.
I love it. I love the little Eevee. I love Eevee.
I know.
I love Eevee so much.
The Vaporeon's my favorite.
This is my first plushie ever.
Oh,
I call her Lammy.
So cute.
It's so creative, I know.
I still have mine too. My Emma. I think you've seen her, X-Ray Girl. My little
Emma.
Maybe. I probably have.
I'm pretty sure I brought her with me to the hotels. I bring her with me everywhere. She still goes on trips with us.
Oh, that's so cute. So you basically popped out of the womb a nerd. I love that.
Oh yeah. And my parents have supported it my whole life. So
that's awesome. That is awesome. And of course you have a younger sibling, nerd as well.
Yes.
Oh.
We're multiplying.
Me and her are the big nerds of my family. And then I've got, so it's my little sister and I are the nerds. And then my older sister is more of like a Doctor Who nerd. And then my brother's not a nerd at all.
That is actually so funny that your brother out of
everybody, yeah.
He was always sports and booze.
Oh, he's like the toxic male everyone makes out all white men to be.
Like, he's doing well in life. Like
that's good.
He just got engaged and
congrats.
And he's been a pro golfer for years now.
Squeeze me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he's not on like PGA or anything, but he gets sent to tournaments a few times a year.
Pro means you're paid for your love, and I think that means that's awesome for anything you do, regardless of what it is. So
yeah, absolutely,
that is a freaking amazing.
There are sports nerds. I would argue that sports people are they are right up there with us, like gaming and whatnot
with the passion.
So nerdy. Yeah.
It's very incumbent on youth in your athleticism, and you have such a time limit on most sports, which is unfortunate. Like, think about even gymnasts. Like, imagine as a female gymnast, your sports career ends at 28, I think.
Tell that to Tom Brady.
Well, no. I mean, like Tom Brady's the
exception, though.
Football. I mean, I don't know what position he is, but like they can go to late 30s. Shut up, guys.
Quarterback. What's fault is extra girl? If your girl's like,
He's one of the most famous quarterbacks of all
I've
time.
heard his name, and Giselle and him obviously like aren't together anymore. That's what I know. This is the only thing I know. But Tom Brady, he yeah, you know, I feel like as that position, you can longevity wise, it's not like how, you know, those guys who are the big tanks, the refrigerators who are like tackling people, they end their careers a lot younger because of concussions, injuries. He doesn't typically get an injury, right? As a quarterback.
Not usually, no.
Shut up, Kara.
He is the target.
I don't know. You said it, yeah.
He's the target. But as long as he has a good defense, he won't get.
You won't get, yeah. It's
So
all
it's
the
very
defense.
dependent on the team that he's with.
And then there's hockey, which is just a whole, everybody's getting hurt.
Everyone,
hockey.
no one has nice teeth in hockey. I've learned that.
Hockey, yay, I'm not the only one.
He did tear his ACL. Oh no.
I know. Are the Knights still going?
That was his, if I remember right, that was.
Oh, that is her question. Knight's still going.
Huh?
Are the Knights still in right
going?
Yeah. We are up 2-0 of the Stanley Cup final. Game 3 is tomorrow.
Ooh.
And then game
my
4
team
is
lost
Saturday.
first round. So
yeah. Who's your team?
I don't even know how the Leafs
the Avs,
did.
but we did win the Stanley Cup last year. So
the Avs kicked butt last year. I was like, dang.
Ooh.
So I'm hoping we only have the 2. So the next 2 games are in Dallas. So by the way, while you guys are there, it's going to be absolute chaos because the games are in Dallas Thursday and Saturday. So watch out, like plan your routes and stuff traffic wise.
apparently there's also a big women's, like conservative women's convention as well. So like Candace Owens is going to be there.
Tell her I love her. I love Brett Cooper. I would be shocked if she didn't go.
Because I know like my husband was telling me about it, that like Candace Owens will be there and a bunch of other people. But
oh wow, I'll be shocked if Brett doesn't. Well, she's in Tennessee though, so maybe.
So tell me what nerd stuff your husband's into, because clearly he knows a little bit about the internet.
Video games.
Video games.
Stays out of social media. Social media is not his thing. He will send me Instagram reels, and that is the extent of his internet presence.
Are you saying my man?
Are we in like some sort of three-way of the same type of personalities?
Yeah.
So he does like I mean, I met him through cutting his hair like almost 10 years ago now. And our conversations first started with books and movies, and then it progressed into video games. And so he was always giving me like book recommendations and stuff. And then we had our first date. He asked me out mid haircut and picked me up on his motorcycle that night and took me to dinner.
Oh, you had to like help down.
Oh yeah. And he knew I had just broken up with somebody like 2 weeks prior.
Oh dang!
Okay, so he went and saw you on purpose, is what it is.
Oh yeah, I mean he had a routine. He was there every other Tuesday at like 3 p.m. So
you were consistent.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, I'm in Florida. I said Dallas.
Hi,
but I meant Florida.
Hi, Nina.
Ah,
I love you.
I miss you.
Is Nina going to Dallas?
No, although she has to come to the States since the jab.
Listen, I feel like coming to Vegas is a good spot. You're close to Vegas.
Yes, no, maybe. Please.
It is a good place to go if you want to have fun.
It is. And it's a cheaper destination to go to.
Oh, yes.
Vegas?
Also, you do have tugs. Tugs will be your
Vegas? The flights into Vegas are cheap.
In Vegas. Yeah. I mean, well, I guess depends on where you're coming from.
But it's also cheap for me because I have family there, so I don't have to like get a hotel.
Oh yeah. Well, and flights can be, especially like in the winter and stuff. It just depends on where you're coming from. Like leaving from here though is a madhouse, and then like leaving from here to try and go to like New York is weirdly really hard. There's like the flights out there from here is wild. There's very few nonstop ones. They're like super expensive. I don't know what's going on in New York, but So.
New York, get your crap together.
New York.
Get your poop in a group, New York.
Oh my God. You can learn that from LA, I suppose. Ginger Adventure for 5 says, Mark, you got to get X-ray to the plane on time. Actually, my dad is driving me, so hopefully
thanks,
Papa X-ray. Alan Ing, daddy will get me there. Even though he lives in LA, he'll get me to the airport on time. John Thomas for 5 says, Kara, are you going to be in Asheville with Nerdrotic? It would be cool to meet you and your husband.
It is not currently planned.
What is Asheville?
That's like another like supernatural convention, isn't it?
Summit. Yeah, it's like supernatural ancient civilizations. It's
This is a convention or a city? I'm confused.
Asheville is the city, and the convention is Cosmic Summit.
Let me see how far. I think Asheville is like 4 hours from me.
Hi, Nina. It's called Cosmic Summit. Is that what she said?
Yeah. I can't make it because of that weekend. I have a event, which Tugs I told you about.
Yes.
Which it sucks because I would like to go, but I want to go to my event more so.
I don't blame you. Asheville's 3.5 hours from me.
That's
far.
Yeah.
North Carolina is really cool though.
When is that?
June 17th.
Next weekend.
Oh yeah,
not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah. Oh, I will still be in Dallas.
I know what you're talking about. Actually, okay,
yeah. I will still be in Dallas.
Look at these nerds. Look at these space nerds.
Do you want to show the space nerds what Cosmic Summit's all about? By the way, Nerdrotic does have a discount or a code. If you go to Nerdrotic Live, there is a link in the event where you can buy tickets. It's still online.
It's still available. I bet tickets are still available. Listen, I don't mean to tease, but there's just some conventions you're like, there's no way that's gonna sell out.
But Asheville is beautiful. Even if you don't go to the convention, Asheville is stunning.
Gorgeous. North Carolina is gorgeous. Let's see.
Very liberal city. Very. It's probably like the bluest city in North Carolina. But it's beautiful up in the mountains. It is. It's stunning.
But listen to this. The event will be live streamed and on demand worldwide through howtube.com. Shameless plug. But for those who come to beautiful Asheville, North Carolina, the gathering will be a unique opportunity to eat, drink, and think with others who ponder ages past. Because that's how it reads. It reads like a Game of Thrones.
It's very it's very kind of like that kind of vibe, because when you think about ancient civilizations, we used to think that humans existed up to 8,000-9,000 years ago, but there's actually like information that's coming out where it's like 12,500 years ago at least. Homo sapiens.
Oh, here we go. You have your whole program here. This is very interesting. I'm fascinated. I know I'm picking fun, but I'm
so Gary and Garrett will be there in person, so y'all can find him if you want. And I think it'll be exciting because I do like these types of conventions. Like, this is like my nerd on, like
it's something different.
My nerd hard on.
Yeah, a whole panel about the Knights Templar. I
love these types of things. I could go to these types of things. Like, I could spend 2-3 days talking about neurology, a whole day talking about pregnancy and X-ray or whatever. That's like my jam. Your hair thingy looks like a mini Queen Amidala hairdo. Oh, kind of. You're like modern Amidala.
I love her, so thank you for the message.
We got a super chat. Bird Up for 5 says, I would have never expected anyone to shout out Portal Runner, but that was a good
I'm going to play it. I have a PS2. I'm going to go find it.
I love that game. You can typically find it in like used game stores. It's still out and about.
I have Uncharted.
I love it.
Last of Us. I have Uncharted to play now.
I saw you've been playing The Last of Us.
Yeah, I finally finished it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like that's such nostalgia because, like, how long has the game been out now? Like 3-4 years?
Oh, I think longer than that.
It's been out for almost 10.
10 years? Dang.
Yeah,
I
been a
need to play
while.
this game. I'm gonna play
It's
this
really
game.
good, and I played it on the
Mhm.
PS2, so it was like the original. People would come in my chat, or the PS3. I mean, people would come
I
in my
text
chat
her
and be like,
today.
"Is this PS3? Is this PS3? I have No Man's Sky too."
Okay, guys. Okay, Nina, Tugs, Kara, and I need to do a No Man's Sky
But
stream.
not tomorrow because
Not tomorrow because we won't be here, but next week Thursday. Nina, 8 p.m. Eastern. What are you willing to play with us?
You can take my spot, Nina.
Oh yes, yeah. No, I will be the expert. That's a really scary thought.
Kara,
No,
do
I
need
text
to
her
do
today.
anything beforehand.
What?
Do I need to like play it beforehand? Do I need to level up? Or anything?
No, because you have to be in our world in order
Yeah,
to
but
level up.
she can still start her own character, and then whenever somebody hosts a game, she'll automatically jump into that galaxy.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Okay, I'm
Got
down for that. I'm down for that.
So-
Nina, let's play next week Thursday. Jersey Thursday. Has nothing to do with No Man's Sky, but you know.
Also, as of this weekend, as long as it doesn't get delayed, shout out to our favorite cyborg. I will most likely be able to play Conan now.
Oh,
Because
Nice.
Mark sent me RAM.
Yes, Mark sent her RAM. So she can play Diablo
I'm not
4.
gonna make. I was gonna be inappropriate, but I won't be.
I want to
Wait,
play Diablo
what?
so bad.
Script Doctor is joining us.
Oh no!
Which Script Doctor is I call him Mark's twin in Discord because I've mistaken him for Mark a few times. But he makes the same sounds, and when it's very short sentences, they sound very similar. Kind of like Tugs and I.
I knew
You
you'd
remember that?
I knew you'd show that one.
Mark rammed her. Yeah.
I was gonna make this joke, and I was like, I'm not gonna make the joke. So
64 times. 64
Ooh.
times. Can we
amount of
remember the
RAM.
time that Mark called Tugs babe?
Oh my god! Mario
You told
Kart
me about that.
shenanigans. Mario Kart.
It was
shenanigans.
amazing. I felt I had no feelings about it, realistically speaking. He just felt so bad about it.
I need to get Diablo. I
I
still
still-
need to get it.
I need to get it too.
I'm gonna join everybody's clans.
I used to play so much. I pissed a boy off because of Diablo 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what happened?
He wanted to come over and do laundry, and
And you're like, anyway, Diablo.
well, I straight up told him up front. I was like, I know what you want to come over for. Diablo 3 came out today. This is my priority. You could come over if you actually need to do laundry, but this is what I'm
I'm gonna be
doing.
killing. demons.
Just know.
Just
This
know.
is Diablo. and This is you.
Yeah.
I
And
love
he
it. That's
sat there
probably my game that I
and-
remember as a kid, like my nostalgia game. Other than like the typical Mario Kart and stuff, Diablo. I love the Diablo. I played them all. I was obsessed. I love Diablo. I'm so excited.
He sat there and he huffed and he puffed, and it
And
was.
you play Diablo.
And I was like, if you're gonna be grumpy, leave.
Goodbye.
I think this is like a conversation Mark and I had once too, because he was like, when this cyberpunk game comes out, guess what? I'm
Oh
gonna
yes, I
disappear.
remember this.
Oh
I'm
no,
gonna
my
disappear.
husband already knows. Like, my husband respects that my
You need to get
games.
Diablo on your laptop so we can play. Yes, it's happening. He's laughing at me, but it's gonna happen.
Kara's chat. Yeah, Kara is.
I just know what I like, and I do what I want.
I have so much catching up to do. Oh, I'm so excited. Orange wants to play
even
too.
Nina's husband knew about this in The
Mhm.
Witcher.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that was me.
Oh, that's your favorite game. I know
I'm
that.
still
That's
not
my
done with this.
favorite game. I have a whole Witcher wall. So
But that's the thing is like dating a gamer, you gotta respect the passion. Dang.
that's all.
Are those all Witcher statues?
Oh my gosh.
That
Look
Yennefer.
at the wolf. Oh yeah, there she is. Creeping over there like she
All right,
does.
let me I'm gonna full screen you.
So that's
What?
Yen.
Oh,
I love the swords. Look at
this
that.
whole room is like your stream room with the swords, the statues, the plushies. I'm jelly.
And then
I like the way your room is. There's
oh my god, is that Inuyasha?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm obsessed with your room. I need to come visit
Yes.
one day. It will happen. It will happen one day.
Yes.
I'll just sleep on your dog bed there. I don't need a bed. It's fine.
We have a guest room.
The girl will literally sleep anywhere.
I will. I don't need. And we've actually talked about this, especially with Dallas. She's like,
Mhm.
we have a 2-bedroom like place.
We have 4-bedroom.
Oh dang. Okay.
So we have my office, my husband's office, a guest room, and then of course our room.
Oh wow.
So there's a room for you and a room for me.
We just need to put a bed in here for somebody, and we're good.
Oh, like I said, you know what? If I drive, maybe I'll just bring Snorlax and I'll just sleep on Snorlax. I'll just leave it in the background of your room.
I mean, we have our guest room is all decorated in Studio Ghibli. So
I'm so excited. Oh my god, one day I'm gonna visit you. I cannot wait for that.
Are you nerd overwhelmed right now?
I'm nerd overwhelmed.
What's
but in like a
gonna
good
name herself now? What's she gonna do?
No, I'm gonna turn my light on.
Oh
yeah. We do have another super chat, by the way. We got J.H. Schwalbuck for $52. Thank you, J.H. Schwalbuck. Jeremy, I raise you. This is a great moment. X-ray girl pregnant announcement.
What?
I'm drinking wine, so I hope not. Did you see her
You would not tell. You would better tell me like first after your family.
Trust me. Y'all won't know until I'm like 6 months pregnant. Did you see her reactions to the DM? Congrats, girl. That is a hell yeah. I mean, I don't know what DM you're talking about, but
I need more context, sir.
I think I need more context.
What's going
on? And he also, with a Streamlabs donation for $39.12, says, yes, I do chat about my wife a lot. I've heard about you and your wife a lot. If you click on locals, I'll show you why. Plus, you know I'm only here until Jeremy starts killing something, and I like giving Mark money.
I believe Jeremy's getting ready to play Battlefield with the team, so there's gonna be an
Is he doing Yeah, I thought they were doing Battlefront tonight.
Oh, that's what I meant. Battlefront,
Yeah.
not Battlefield.
Battlefront. Nice. What are we congratulating Frog on? I don't
Everybody
even know.
congratulate X-Ray Girl on her cyborg baby.
Apparently.
She didn't even know about.
I didn't know about. So like speaking of like those woo-woo summits, the conventions on the science stuff, Garrett and Gary went on, it's called Contact in the Desert, and apparently they had a lot of weird interactions.
They're talking about this
story.
Yes.
So one of them was a guy came up during a panel. It was like Q&A, and he was like, I have 3 aliens in me. One of them's cybernetics, so technically I'm a cyborg. Can you imagine being told that? That's like in a nutshell. I'm totally reiterating a story I heard, obviously. But that is freaking weird.
Some people that are just crazy. But you know what? With the government actually saying, hey, aliens are real. Like, what kind of month are we having?
We got basically the others. I'm gonna call it the others. You know, you got the straight heteronormative people. And then this is June. Can we include that in the alphabet as well? LGBTQ2 plus aliens.
I think that's what the plus is for. Isn't that what the plus is for?
I guess.
I genuinely don't know. I think the plus is supposed to be like everybody else. I think.
Like you're so inclusive that you have everything. But I mean, hey, to each their own. If you believe you have aliens in you, I want to believe that you believe that.
I just love that this happened in Palm Springs.
Wait, what?
That was in Palm Springs. Is where Gary was.
Yeah, in California. Yeah. Y'all are crazy out there. I have a video of you calling Tugs babe. Mistakes were made.
All of the receipts, and I'm so.
I believe Hokies that he actually legitimately has the receipts.
I believe Hokies is how I got my Mark scaring Mark's coming in and scaring us on Phasmophobia sound bit.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. It came from Hokies.
It sounds something like, "Sorry, babe."
Mark, you took my box. Sorry, babe. And then dead silence.
All right, going, did you
Right?
just
Like,
call
did you
her
call her
babe?
I was like, I was gonna let it go. Shut up! I was gonna let it go. We didn't really know each other at that point. Oh, it was so
Yeah,
bad.
and like to be fair, Tugs and I did sound very similar on Discord. We don't sound alike at all. I don't think we do.
But apparently we did that night. He's not the
Apparently.
only one though. There were a couple people at first that got us mixed up. So I don't must have been the weight was coming through. I have no idea.
Maybe I think it's short sentences. You always can mix people up.
Yeah.
So we have a couple other questions here that I would love to ask you. So Shieldwell has asked, how did you meet your husband? You might have to just clarify for him because you kind of did talk about the story, but.
So I met my husband. So I used to do hair. I did hair for about 10 years. And I was working at a men's hair salon at the time. And he was a regular client of mine. And he was always the cute guy. Like he used to work in he used to be an occupational therapist. So he used to come in his scrubs after work on his motorcycle. And I had the biggest crush on him.
Ooh, that's hot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so he was my client, like, gosh, for 9 months before he asked me out. Men's hair salon, excuse me. So basically it's just geared towards, it's like a sports themed salon. That's basically it. It's geared towards men. Quick haircut, in and out, beard trim, and you go. So easy. And he was my client for about 9 months before he asked me out. And it was mid haircut. It was kind of like a have a discussion, and he kind of dropped the like, what are you doing for dinner? Like, what's your dinner plans tonight? And I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I'll probably pick something up with my roommate. And he's like, well, would you be interested in going to dinner with me? I was like, huh, what? I'm like,
oh my.
Yeah. And he was really like not pushy about it. And like at the end of it, whenever he's checking out, he's like, here's my number. You contact me when you're ready. You tell me like he's like, you contact me if you want to go. And I was like, yeah, it was completely random. It was not
That's the best way to meet people, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And he was my customer. He was my client, but it definitely wasn't the first time I had slept with a client. But
oh dang! I mean, I didn't know we were gonna spill that much tea, but leaving. Did he admit to picking up on your clues? Did you have clues that you gave him, by the way?
We women always do. We always do.
That you remember, maybe, because you did see him like every few weeks.
Yeah, I saw we would see each other like every couple of weeks, like every other Tuesday. He'd come in, he'd bring me a Coke and a snack.
Aww.
Like that was, and he'd always tip really good.
Males typically do.
Oh yes.
I found that in my career as well.
And before we ever even like went on our date, like there was this game called Ni no Kunai that came out. Studio Ghibli did the animation for it, and it was one of those where he was telling me about it one day, and I was like, oh, like that'd be awesome, like I'll probably go pick that up next paycheck. And he tipped me enough to go buy the game. So it was like a $60 game. He tipped me. He's just like, go buy the game. Go get it. He's like you're broke college kid. Go get the game.
Wow. That's how. There you go.
I would just be like, whoo, he knows
Mhm.
me so well.
Yeah.
Deal sealed.
And that was kind of like the first time I could kind of tell. Like, I honestly had no idea he thought about me like that. I thought he was just really sweet. Like, we had a lot in common, and it ended up being one of my favorite games I've ever played. Like, it's one of those that'll make you cry within the first 10 minutes of it. Like, it's
Wow.
so good. It's so good. And it was just really sweet. But so he was definitely interested from the beginning then. Well, I also had like clients who would bring me like football tickets
Oh,
and
jeez, I need to
like
be a hairdresser. Jeez.
like I had like clients who owned businesses in town who would give me hookups for stuff all the time. Like, I had one who would like come pick up my car for me and go do like oil changes and stuff for it.
Wow.
And it was so I mean, I had a lot of really good, like, I had a really good core good clientele, and I was very, very thankful to be working where I was. And no, they weren't all single. The guy who ran the bank, who gave me the football tickets, he is not single.
No.
I think
He
a lot of men, when they have that and extra stuff, they're welcome to share it with people they trust. And trust me,
Mhm.
hair is a big
It's
thing.
a big thing.
Mhm.
Especially like women, we know.
Yes. And like once a guy finds a hairstylist that can get it right, like, they are the most loyal people that you will meet.
Uh-huh.
Like, there are clients that, like, there are still people from when I first started doing hair 13 years ago that I still talk to on occasion. Like, and that's how I met them, was through doing their hair. Like, it was nuts. But it was really sweet. So I text him that night. I text him after I got off work, and I was like, "I'm up for going on a date.
Mhm.
What do you have in mind?"
Mhm.
And he said, "Steak or sushi." That is it.
Yes.
And
It's fun.
and I said steak because
Obvi.
I didn't like sushi at that time. I wasn't into it, and now I love it. Like, I love me some sushi now. So he picked me up, and then he said, car or motorcycle? And I said motorcycle. And so he picked me up, and so my ex-boyfriend happened to live like 3 blocks away and happened to be driving by as I was leaving my house with him. I had 10 missed calls when we got to the restaurant.
Stop. He was jelly.
Oh, yeah. And like my ex was somebody who was pretty well known in the community. Like, his family was one of like the very well off families in the city. And it would have gotten out anyway.
Yeah.
But because
damn.
everybody knew me. But it was very interesting. I had a lot of missed calls, and I ended up just turning my phone off. I was like, "No, I'm not dealing with this." And so he picks me up, takes me to Texas Roadhouse for dinner, and we're talking about like all this kind of stuff. Like, we're sitting out there, and of course, like your standard, like, what do you see in your future kind of like questions start to come up. So we go through it, like, while we're waiting, and we talk through all of that, and like our ideas about like kids comes up, and like it was a very like blunt conversation. Like, all right, like, if we're gonna date, I want to know like what are your true feelings about all this kind of stuff. Because I mean, my husband's 10 years older than me. So it was there's a big age gap. So I was 21 and he was 31 when we met.
Hot damn.
And now I'm 31 and he's 41 now. So it's been a little bit. But it's just it's one of those where we got to talking about, I was like, oh, well, my plans are to like, there's a show coming on tonight that my roommate was telling me about, and the season premiere of it's tonight. And it's like, what show are you talking about? I was like, oh, it's this show called Face Off. And and he was just like, no shit. He's like, I seriously just went to like set it up for DVR on my phone. He's like, I watched this show. He's like, I love this show. It's one of my favorites. He's like, well, do you want to come over and watch it with me?
Netflix.
I was like,
yeah, girl, get it.
That did not happen.
Just
Netflix.
I did go over there. We cuddled on the couch, and that was it. I didn't even get a kiss. It was I got a kiss on the cheek. I got a kiss on the cheek when he dropped me off at home.
Oh dang!
But
okay. He was respectful. I respect that.
Yes,
respect that a lot.
But so that show has been one of our favorites for years, and we actually moved out of Oakland. So to sum up my husband and I's relationship, that we only dated for a month from that first time. After how many dates did you know he was the one? Ooh, I'd say well, I'm about to get to the part to where we broke up within a month.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Like the age difference kind of freaked him out. And understandably, I was a lot younger. I was still like partying back then, like all that kind of stuff. So I was a little bit wilder. But then he still came in for his normal haircut. And I was over next door at the sandwich shop, and he came in and bought my lunch for me. Like he came in behind me and bought my lunch for me. And after that, we went and hung out after I got off work. And after that, we were best friends for 2.5 years. And of course, we were doing other stuff in between it, but you know, like we had our fun. He was seeing people, I was seeing people. It just wasn't the right time for us. And then we went on a 7-day road trip and went up to Colorado to go visit his family. Went to Vegas to go visit some of my family. Went to Arches National Park, went hiking and camping, went to the Grand Canyon, went to Antelope Canyon, and then we came back to Oklahoma. And while we were in Colorado seeing his family, I got interrogated by his sister, who is she was a detective at the time.
Oh.
And he got interrogated by his mother, who's a retired detective. And it's just like, no, I am not from Vegas, but I have family in Vegas. I've got a good chunk of family out in Vegas. But so like his sister like sat there and was like, so what are you and my brother? I was like,
I'm scared.
Friends, but I'd like it to be more. So I was honest. And we got back home. And like we went this whole week in a car, never fought. Like we are still, 10 years into it, and we've still never actually had a fight. Like we've never had a fight. We've had our disagreements, but like we've never like raised our voice at each other. We've never disrespected one another. Like we're really good at communicating, like our emotions, like all that kind of stuff.
That's amazing.
So like if we're like uncomfortable with something, we talk about it. But so when we got back from Oklahoma, I was like, dude, just freaking date me. Just date me.
What are you doing?
Got all blunt and was like, "What are you doing?"
Like, just date me. And so we started dating again. And he broke up with me after a month again. That time it only lasted 3 days.
Okay.
And then so our breakup lasted 3 days. No, he said it like that. It's like is kind of on the nose for that. I was like, dude, like we're best friends. We obviously get around. Like we obviously enjoy each other's company. Like just date me. Like come on,
I
let's
think
give it another try.
it's really hard for some guys to really get around that, like something so definitive like that, like the age difference. It's like facts versus feelings. And he couldn't, he knew his feelings. He saw the facts and was like, I can't.
Why
He couldn't get around
that.
It was one of those really interesting situations because we were actually like on our way to go see a movie when he broke up with me.
Oh my God.
And we still went to the movie.
No.
Ran into my mom and sister.
No.
At the mall. And yeah.
That's so awkward.
It was very interesting.
Why
What
are you
was
guys
the
doing?
movie?
You're so cute. You're like,
What movie was it? I don't remember what movie it was. I don't know. I do remember that he bought me a book. I still have the book. It's the S Book by J.J. Abrams. It's a very interesting book. I still haven't read it though.
It's an interesting unread book. Okay, got it.
Well, it's one of those that has like a book inside of a book, and then like it's like you read the book and then you read the book again, like, and there's like scribbles in the margins, and there's like this whole other story. Is like this writer trying to decipher this.
Bless you.
I thought that was a whole different noise.
Turned off the mic. I'm sorry. I turned off the camera. It's so embarrassing. Anyways, the book.
But it's basically a book inside a book, and there's like these, like this person this book is basically this book that this person is reading, and you can see the person who's reading the books like margin, like they're writing in the margins and like all around it, trying to decipher what, like there's like this underlying theme to this book, or if there's like a murder connected to it, like is this a real thing? And it has like these little like newspaper clippings in it, and it's got like a like decipher and all that kind of stuff. It's really interesting. But I never finished it.
I'll have to take a look at that. What was it called again?
The S Book by J.J. Abrams.
S Book by J.J. Abrams.
Okay. There's like a whole trailer about the book and everything.
I'll take a look. Interesting.
But we got back home after we went to the city to go watch that movie, and then he took me to Barnes and Noble, and then 3 days later he asks me to come over and talk to him, and he's like, I've really been thinking about this for a long time. Like, he's like, I've never had this feeling before that I've just kind of felt complete peace with a decision. Aww. And he brought me some flowers and asked if I would be his girlfriend. And a month later, we moved away together and went up to Illinois. And so we went up. I'm trying to think. So he asked me to date him in March. We moved away in May. In August, he proposed. And then,
oh, dang.
And then the following April, we were married.
Wow.
So whenever he knew, he knew. It was just
feel
kind of there was a lot of pressure from his family, our friends, like, and he felt like he was being kind of pressured into the relationship, and he kind of wanted to make sure it was what he wanted and not just to give in to what everyone else thought was good for him.
I think that that careful thought is really good. I think a lot of that careful thought does come from fear, though.
Mhm.
Maybe on his end, and maybe he can clarify that if I ever get to chat with him. Because when you see something that's so good, almost too good to be true, you immediately recoil,
Mhm.
and you're
And he's
like,
had his heart broken before.
yeah.
He
And
had his heart
humans
broken
don't want to be
right
vulnerable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had his heart broken right before he moved out to Oklahoma, um, for the job at the hospital. The girl that he was with was just like, "No, I'm not moving with you." And, so he had his heart broken with that. So I could understand why he was very hesitant. Like, he had dated off and on, like, while him and I knew each other, and, like, it had nothing had ever stuck. I actually bumped into him a few different times while I was on dates. Uh,
Oh, I
I,
did not know that. Oh,
uh,
dang.
pissed one boy off. The same guy I pissed off over Diablo. Uh, we were going to see the new Godzilla movie at the movie theater. We're going to the midnight release of it. And the only seats left in the theater were next to
Stop
my now
it.
husband. And
Ah!
so him and I obviously had a lot of chemistry. Like, we were still best friends at that time. But like, he knew I was seeing other people. He respected it all that kind of stuff. But the guy I was dating, like, he knew I had a best friend who was a guy, all that kind of stuff, but he didn't know, um he never tried to take advantage of you and thought, oh yeah, he never once took advantage of my age, no, like, nothing, absolutely not.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
I I
we
I
it's been a good
cannot wait to meet him.
relationship.
I cannot wait to meet him because he sounds like such a stand-up dude,
I wanna meet
and
him.
I think it's really rare because like when we because our channel does talk about a lot of red pill spaces, and we talk about a lot of things that males go through. But we also have to remember that you have to step up to the plate as well, as
Mhm.
women do. You know, we don't do a great job at it in general, but it's the same thing with men. And just seeing a guy like that, that's a stand up dude. We should aspire to be like that as, like, if you're a male. As females, I think we have to be understandable, nurturing, easier going. Um,
And that's
and
something I've really had to learn because he's a veteran. He's been through multiple firefights.
mhm,
He's been in
Mhm.
explosions. He's been through all that. So of course, like, there's a lot of like patience whenever it comes to something, maybe like a movie triggering him, or a certain sound, or just having like kind of like like a PTSD moment, because he does have it. So it's a lot of
mhm.
like, but he used to do therapy with other soldiers, and like, he was their therapist trying to like basically help get them back into civilian life.
Mhm.
And so he was really good at communicating and understanding those feelings. And so he kind of helped me navigate as well on how to handle him. So it helped a lot.
It makes
Communication,
It ca
communication,
it makes a
communication,
huge
communication.
difference when you can talk to each
Yes.
other or
and, like,
when
that
Yes.
is the key thing that almost every relationship, the reason of the dissolution is communication. Uh, just depends on the problem, of course, but
Mhm.
it always starts with, are you communicating it well or not?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that you guys are doing well in that department. And it's wild to hear. I mean, we've talked about this, of course, but to
Mhm.
hear it again in a calmer environment, Probably more drunk, to be honest, than when we initially talked about it. But in any case, like it's nice to express this. I think that hearing this, people can hopefully relate to it and bring it forth into their dating adventures because dating is not easy.
It's not. I could not imagine trying to date, especially now, because like whenever we were both single, we actually found each other on like dating sites. Like we would get matched on dating sites, and I'd message him be like, "Hot damn, you're a good looking dude. You wanna come over to my place?" Like, man, like, and I'd lay it on thick just to mess with him.
Joke around with them.
Yep. And like I took the picture for his dating profile. So like yeah.
That is some crazy, crazy stuff.
It's definitely been a ride. But it's been one I wouldn't change at all. Because I think the fact that we were best friends for 2.5 years before we jumped into a relationship really helped, because we really understood like each other's personalities, like our comforts, our discomforts, and all of that before we started living together. And just it was good. It was really good.
Yeah,
I think being best friends helped a lot.
I agree. LDub says agreed on the communication thing, but why do y'all think so many relationships go down this communication breakdown route? I think there's a fear and uncomfortability thing that happens in relationships when you get into your own head that
you don't know how to express yourself, or you don't want to offend whoever you're with, or you feel that maybe a opinion that you have is not going to be on the same wavelength as them, and you're afraid of the repercussions of that. And so yeah, that's definitely a part of it. But the inability to discuss those kind of things will eventually build up and completely, it'll blow up in your face.
Absolutely. I think if you can try to get like even
I'm not gonna stay up too late. I do.
Hi,
we're communicating right now. Can we
say hi, hubby?
Hi, hub. Hi.
You want to come say hi?
Hubby.
Come say hi to the ladies.
Oh,
Come say hi.
This is the first time I'm meeting him. Ah, hello.
Hello, people on the screen.
Can we put him on full screen? I kind of want to put him on full screen right now.
Yeah. Thank you, sweetie pie.
Aww. Okay. But what I was saying earlier is if you don't feel like you can, maybe going into couples therapy or therapy for yourself will help you decipher these feelings, because sometimes it's easier to have that second opinion in order to help you process it, because we don't process things like we used to.
No.
We have so much distractions, or so many distractions out in the world: gaming, your phone, social media, entertainment, all of that doesn't allow us.
Just the way women process things different than men. 'Cause it, like, we were talking today, like he came with me today to go run errands. And I'm typically the passenger princess, and I drove today. And I parked. I
love
parked
the title.
somewhere different than where he typically was. He's like, "Hey, can you kind of explain your thought process for this?" He's like, I just don't understand. And I was like, "Well, where I'm parking at is there's less traffic that comes in and out behind me, so that's why I'm parking here." He's like, "Oh." He's like, whenever I drive, I typically try to get you as close to the door as possible. That way you don't have to walk as far. He's like, so he's just like, the way your brain processes things or processes a situation is completely different than the way he would have processed something. So it's all about situational awareness and how you process your surroundings as well.
Well, we tend to park under lights, like at night, park under the light.
But there's that too,
Yeah.
like that awareness is. Some people don't think about those types of things, and clearly your man has. I don't know, or you have to be aware of that, because I would not have thought of that.
I always park. I always pull if I can. I always find a spot where I can pull through.
Yep.
Because backing up is always so very dangerous, just in general. And if I need to get away, I'm just hopping to go.
Yeah. Oh, there's this too. Less ding
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah.
Like I have a bigger car than what I'm used to now. I have more of like a SUV now. So I used to have a smaller car. So I'm still kind of like, I mean, I've had it since freaking what was it, November. I've had it since November. But it's still different than what I had for the last 15 years. So but see, Bean gets it. Bean gets it.
Also, this is also a wise decision. I'm
Learn
sure
not to question my wife about driving
has
habits.
questions.
That is very
The
smart.
thing is, he didn't come at it in a defensive manner, and it was the way he approached the question was just like, he's like, I just kind of want to understand. It was like,
why did you park over here?
And he was just like, he didn't come at it in a kind of aggressive manner, like how some questions can come off. It's all about like your presentation.
Absolutely. And we've talked about this on this channel because we do like the red pill space in some aspects. Some, not all. And we know Fresh and Fit. Have you ever watched Fresh and Fit, Kara?
No.
You're probably not.
I don't do Manosphere stuff. I know he watches some off and on just to see what craziness comes up.
It's so crazy sometimes.
It is absolutely nuts. And it's absolutely presentation, because the way that, like, I really like watching a lot of more in the middle people, because they present things in both aspects. And red pill does have good things, a lot of good things, but there's some things that, like, okay, I feel like we're catering to a certain crowd and might not be as apparent in terms of the way you display the information, and it could be interpreted as disingenuous. So it is very interesting hearing, like, especially because I think that you are a normie with relationships. Can we say that? Yeah,
I'd say so. Yeah.
And I mean, like, you have a healthy relationship from what I can tell. So, like, it's awesome. It's beautiful, and I hope people can learn from that. Because a lot of those people in those types of spaces are not in a relationship. Anyways,
and see, but like, we know what our strengths are in our relationship. Like, he handles a lot of like more of like the mortgage, all that information, like all of like, I handle, like, we split the bills. Like, he does a little bit more just because his disability helps cover our like mortgage and stuff. So he handles all that. And I handle like groceries, internet, like phone bill, like all that kind of stuff. But he's the type of person who also will not make a decision without my knowledge. And he, like, if it involves our house, he's like, especially involves both of us, he will not make a decision without me knowing or without my input first.
I think that's due to a lot of communication that you had prior to. So it's like, a beautiful thing.
This is our third home that we've owned together. So. Yeah. So like, we lived in Texas. We lived in San Antonio and bought there. And then we sold and moved out here to North Carolina for an art job for him. And then we sold that one and then moved where we are now to be closer to my last job.
Which we won't talk about. But hey, I think that where you ended up, where you need to be, and how you ended up here is everything that has culminated and been better for you in the end.
So he was my rock during all of that back in January.
Oh my
Like the first
gosh.
thing he did was say, put your phone down. We're going to go on a walk. And we went and did a mile. And then we sat down and watched a movie. And then that next day, he's just like, all right, we're going to go get you some food. We're going to take you to the craft store. We're going to go see a movie. And like he just knows me so well, and he knows what can help get me out of the funk, because while we were out is when whenever we were at Michael's is when everything kind of went viral. And that's whenever I was getting all the emails and my family was starting to call me, because I didn't tell my family it happened. I told my family the night after, because I was starting to get emails from like Fox News and like everybody. And I was just like, so do we have a lawyer in the family? That's how I approached it. Like, so do we have a lawyer in the family? My mom was just like, you are not the kid that I ever expected would ask me that first.
You're the good one. What's going on?
I am the good one. And she's like, no, we don't. But she's like, what happened? And then I sent her Ryan Kindle's video.
It's so much easier to do that than explain it. I could definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
But we did have a question here.
Yeah.
What's better, North Carolina or Texas?
Ooh, North Carolina.
Oh,
I'm only an hour and a half from the beach, and I'm 2.5 hours from the mountains, from like beautiful mountains. Like, I'm happy where I'm at. Texas was a lot. I lived in San Antonio, so it was just like on the border, Texas. And I was working at GameStop at the time. I was working at both GameStop and I did hair out there. I was working 2 jobs.
The hustle, girl. I respect that.
It's not the most I've done. There was one point I was working 3 jobs. I was working at a little Persian restaurant, and I did GameStop, and then I also was doing hair.
Holy crap.
And
that is insane.
I was, and then we moved out to Texas, and I was miserable out there. I hated it in Texas. I hated it in San Antonio. But I did meet my best friend, because she was, we were at TwitchCon and had mutual friends and realized we lived only an hour away from each other. And there was a convention coming up, and she's like, hey, just come stay with me instead of getting a hotel. And we've been best friends ever since.
Oh, he's like GameStop. Just like Andrew. She really is Andrew.
I used to manage GameStop. I managed GameStop for like 4 years.
I think Andrew was a manager too.
I think so too. I went into GameStop to buy Tears of the Kingdom, and it was so funny because as soon as like a female walks in, it's like they're like,
oh my god, like,
oh my god.
Still, which is so funny to me.
I'm like, I'm an old lady. I'm married. I don't know what y'all are thinking. Like,
I still do it in like this day and age. You know, back in the day, yeah, you would walk in there and it would smell weird, and you would
whenever I first started. So my husband and I used to go to GameStop all the time for midnight releases. We were there all the time for them, and I went in one day to go pick a game up. I was in a hoodie and sweats, and the manager was just like, do you want a job? I was like,
oh, no.
I was like,
we need to hire girls. We need more girls.
And I got hired. Like, I was like, sure, why not? And so I got hired on as a key holder, and worked my way up from there.
That's so funny, because they really do want that feminine energy to help sell things. And especially because you actually are legitimately nerdy and love this. That is rare to find in a female. Honestly, y'all, you two up here, y'all are unicorns.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'm gonna put that on my bio.
Self-proclaimed unicorn.
Self-proclaimed unicorn. I didn't self-proclaim though. You proclaimed me a unicorn.
Oh yeah,
so.
yeah. Extra girl proclaimed unicorn.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Chat. Yeah, I know what you mean here. Asians age much slower, but we age slower, but we're still age. We still age.
And not all Asians.
It just takes an extra 30 years for it to show, and it's bullshit.
Yeah, that's mostly the women, though. I've noticed that the men, but the funny thing is, at least from what I've seen of like Chinese women, they don't age.
Bam!
Overnight, they're like 100 years old. Wild.
Absolutely. We do have Cajun is now Texas Corey. I don't remember this change, by the way. For $4.99, with the exception of one, I'm looking forward to see everyone this weekend. It's going to be awesome. I'm off to bed. Good night, y'all. Good night, Corey. Thank you so much for that super chat.
I want to know who the exception is.
I know.
Tugs, because you're not going to go there.
Oh,
GRP
that makes
60 for $1.99. Kara, people tell the story how you got Gus.
Who's Gus?
Gus is my dog.
Oh, people, please? Is that supposed to be please? That might sound.
I think it's please.
He's my sweet boy. So
yes.
I was working with a pit bull rescue in San Antonio, and we had discussed getting a dog, and my husband and I, like, we both love like English bulldogs, like bulldogs in general. We love big fat heads.
Bulldog. Is he a
He's an American bulldog.
Oh, he's an American bulldog. He looked like
an American bulldog
when he was laying down. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
And I was just happened to be looking on the Nextdoor app to see like what was going on in the neighborhood, and one of my neighbors had posted that they had found this dog. They can't keep him. He's really sweet, like, and I sent a picture to my husband, and I was like, come on, like, honey, can I reach out? He's like, sure, why not? And so I reached out to him, and they brought him over that night because I explained, I was like, hey, I work with the pit bull rescue. I see he needs medical treatment. I can get him in with a vet. Like, I have connections with a vet. And they brought him over that night because my husband was like, yeah, they can bring him over and see how he does with the house and see how he interacts with us and see if he'll be a good fit, and then make the decision the next day. And whenever they brought him over, my husband was just like, well, you can leave him here. You can leave him here if you want.
Means I get to keep him.
And it was just really sweet. And he had a huge like cut that went from one side of his chest to the other that was really infected. He needed help. He was really sick. He was super malnourished. He was like 30 pounds underweight.
Oh my god.
And we tried to contact he was chipped, and we tried to contact the previous owner, and they didn't want anything to do with him. Like, his name on the chip was Meat. And they didn't really speak any English, and they would not give us any information whatsoever.
They probably didn't know any information. You probably sat out in the backyard and fought with other dogs.
That's what we think, is that he was a bait dog or they tried to get him to be a fighting dog. And because like his teeth are really like worn down, like he's been chewing on a chain. But he is Meat, M-E-A-T, Meat. I was heartbroken. And he's the sweetest dog you will ever encounter. Like, I can count on one hand how many times I've heard him bark, like, consciously in the last 6 years that we've had him.
So cute.
And he's super sweet. So we decided to foster him for a little bit. But I was actually leaving to go out of town for a convention up in Austin for a few days. And I am not even gone 30 minutes. And I get a text from my husband. And he's like, so I went and bought him a bed. I bought him a bed and I bought him a collar. It's like, okay, that's adorable.
And they've also named him Gus. Yay!
Well, we were unsure about his name for a while. It took a couple days for us to figure out his name. Because I really needed to learn his personality before I found a good name for him. And whenever I got to Austin, it was that next day I got a text from him and it was just like, he needs a Broncos jersey to watch the game with me tomorrow. I was like, oh my God.
Nobody wants to watch the Broncos, hubby. Jeez.
We're Broncos fans.
No, I can't argue with you.
Did I just hear that the dog needs a
Broncos
jersey?
Yeah.
And that's when I knew we were keeping him.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this dog isn't going anywhere. He's stuck with us.
I love that because like guys will say like, this is not my dog.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then they're there on the couch with the dog in their arm and they're like, oh, I love you.
But see, Gus never once like had an accident inside, even though we think he was outside on a chain his whole life. He never had an accident. If he did something wrong, it was a you tell him once and he never does it again. Like
he's a good boy.
He's a very good boy. Where'd the name Gus come from? From the chunky mouse Gus and Cinderella.
Cinderella, night and day is Cinderella.
Because he loves his snacks and he loves his naps. So, yes.
That is absolutely so sweet. I love it. All right, so it is almost time to kind of close things out. This is like passed by so quick, but I kind of knew it was going to be like that. I usually prep a lot more for these, but let's just say I didn't.
I mean, it's been a crazy week, and I will be seeing you. We'll be together in less than 12 hours.
Yeah.
So I still have to go finish packing.
Me too. Me too. I'm mostly packed though. I just have to grab like I thought about it. I'm like, I need snacks for the plane.
I just need to throw like my toiletries and flat iron and stuff in my bag. That's all I have left.
But in any case, Kara, where can people find you?
So I have started streaming on YouTube under you can find me at Kara_creates. I also stream on Twitch, but after all of the Twitch stuff that has gone on this week, I might be trying to transition over to YouTube or Kick more. Carolyn on both YouTube or on Twitch and Kick. And I did some model painting with X-Ray and Max on Sunday.
That was really fun.
And then X-Ray and I do No Man's Sky on Thursday nights.
Which Tugs and Nina, we're going to fill a void next week, Thursday. I won't be able to play this Thursday because of traveling. But hey, she's going to enjoy it. I think both of you guys are going to really enjoy it.
Well, I know Nina's played before.
Oh.
So, I know she knows the story behind it and all of that.
Oh, I don't know the story. I'm working on that.
We gotta get Tugs. We gotta get Tugs.
Yeah, girl.
It's on sale right now. It's half off. So
if you have Game Pass on Xbox, it's free.
There we go.
That too. It's half off on Steam right now as well. So
nice.
Kara was the content today. Yes, she was.
That's true.
Yes, she was. Okay, Tugs, do you have anything you want to plug?
No, not off the top of my head. Saturday stream, don't know what yet.
Yeah. Tugs is on Twitch, so follow her over there. And
Instagrams.
Links are in the descriptions.
So if you're going to Dallas, let us know, please. We want to see you guys.
Yeah, please do. And if you haven't yet, I mean, the RSVP isn't open, but like, who knows what'll happen if you show up at the door. In Dallas for the meetup on Thursday, and on Saturday there is the FNT panel at the convention. I forgot the room already, and I know Kara did text me.
I sent you all the information.
I'm looking for it. It is room D1 level 3. I don't know what that means, but find us there Saturday at 1:00 p.m. And yeah, if you can, please follow myself, Kara, and probably MVP on YouTube. We are going to go live at some point while we are in Dallas, and who knows what that might look like. Could be fun, could be disastrous,
could be chaos. More than likely will be chaos.
Could be entertaining.
I feel like it's going to be all of the above.
Yes.
Meetups are always chaos.
Exactly. Cobra Cast is close to an hour. There we go. Go over to Jeremy's channel, D-Day Cobra, for Cobra Cast. So,
Cobra.
Yeah.
We're still more degenerate than you are, sucker.
We never talked about bottle service. No, we didn't. But we can ask Kara back to come back, and we can ask the question again. We just ended up talking about a lot of other stuff, and I like to leave the conversation to flow as it goes because I don't want to interrupt her. She's as told earlier, she's a great storyteller.
Yes, she is.
So, thank you, Kara. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Tugs.
I love you.
I love all of you so much. You guys have been wonderful. This has been a fun that time of the month. We probably should go to the doctor because we are going to have that time of the month every week this month. So, yeah, this week. I definitely should go to the doctor for sure for my mental health. But in any case, much love to y'all. And I guess we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.